Oh, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and as you can see we are at my hangar today, ladies and gentlemen, over here in Fort Zancudo, because we intend to purchase ourselves another form of aircraft, you know, and if you haven't figured that out, you may be, you might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, you know, you may be a little bit, you might be a little bit dim-witted. Could be a moron, in fact. Anyway, never mind that, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are inside my hangar, and you got my Hydra there, and we got my Pyro and whatnot, and the F-100, my black helicopters, ladies and gentlemen. You know, my stealth helicopter. This one here, that one, and whatnot. We got the Cuban at the back in white for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Okay, well we've come this way, so we may as well take the back route in, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and if you do choose to purchase yourself a hangar, and I can't really recommend the business that comes with it, but it is nice to own a hangar in Fort Zancudo, you know. You can deck it out as you like, and this is how I've chosen to decorate mine. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, well, that aside, we're not here to look at my hangar or my office decor. We're not even here to look at my array of lovely black helicopters or aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, in fact, to purchase ourselves a Sea Sparrow, and the Sea Sparrow can be found on the Elitas Travel website, and there we go. In fact, I think this is the first thing I've ever purchased off this. No, of course not, the Sodding Titan. How could I forget that? Yes, like I say. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Sea Sparrow. Okay, jolly good. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's effectively a Sparrow. It's retailing for $1,815,000 normally, and it's got it can sit on the water, as you can see there. It's the Sea Sparrow. Okay, well there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone ahead and purchased it. You know, we just got to wait for it to be delivered. You know, as you know, while we do wait, I did sort of notice this sort of ladder back here. I wonder, can I climb up on top of here? You know, how about that? Sorry, hell, never realised that. You know, you bloody well can as well. How about that? Okay, well, jolly, we get an even finer view of the aircraft down there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely splendid, you know. We got the buzzer. Whoops, okay, right, and the Sparrow's been delivered already. Absolutely fantastic. Well, I suppose we'd better go and have a look at it then, ladies and gentlemen, hadn't we? Okay then, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is what your $1.8 million gets you, you know, and it looks very similar in many regards to the Buzzard, you know, without it's got a sort of a structured back end. I don't know what you'd call it, you know. It's sort of made out of those poles and whatnot. It hasn't got the wings that the Buzzard's got, but it looks it's got the rounded glass front there, hasn't it? Okay, well, we're going to take it on out, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's got those flotation devices on the bottom, so we're going to have a quick once round, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take it on outside. Okay then, here we go. Now, I suppose this is completely unmodified, and we're going to give it its initial flight test, and we're going to see how she handles. Okay, now this is, as I say, ladies and gentlemen, the unmodified version, and what we think, not too bad, ladies and gentlemen, fairly agile, you know, not too bad at all, really. It's sort of stiff, actually, a little bit stiff, to be honest with you. Okay, well, we're going to test out the unique feature of this particular aircraft, ladies and gentlemen, see if it can land on the water, or at least unique for a helicopter, I should say, you know, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen, it lands on the water, fine, absolutely no problems whatsoever. So what count one's a sod off, Bruce? Okay, got the sodding captain calling. We go just show, ladies and gentlemen, it's very easy to fly this aircraft. No problem whatsoever to go under a bridge, ladies and gentlemen. It is very, very agile, but it's nowhere near as agile as something like the Buzzard, ladies and gentlemen, or in fact the other Sparrow for that matter. It does feel sort of sluggish, ladies and gentlemen, sort of stiff in the air, you know, as if those buoyancy aids at the bottom there sort of make it sort of fly stiffer. Hard to explain, ladies and gentlemen, but not quite as responsive as the Buzzard. Okay, well, we've landed on the flat river, ladies and gentlemen, the calm of the estuary there. Let's take it out a little bit further out to sea now and see if we can land on some sort of more choppy waves, shall we? Okay, so is there any difficulty to put it down? I have heard nightmares and horror stories, ladies and gentlemen, and let's have a look now. Okay, well, not too bad. I'm not having any difficulty putting it down whatsoever. Like I say, listen, I have heard horror stories that these things really can't land on the water, despite their claim that if you try and put them down with any sort of speed, they will sink. And let's try that, shall we? Let's put it down a little bit rougher. Okay, well, we did get a bit of splash in there. It is sort of going down a little bit, but no, we do seem to have landed it fairly well, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're wondering, does it land on land, then yes, of course it's solid, you know. Another thing that should be pointed out, ladies and gentlemen, there we go, landing on land. Another thing to be pointed out, ladies and gentlemen, is whilst you're on the water, it is possible to hop out of your helicopter, go for a swim, and then swim back up into it, ladies and gentlemen, and then get back in from the water, you know. It's much like a boat. So yes, you can get in and out of water whilst you're in the air, using this aircraft, ladies and gentlemen, utilizing this aircraft. Okay, so yeah, you can use it for certain missions, you know, maybe. I certainly have been using it for the Coscut, whatever the hell it's called, the Cape Perico heist, ladies and gentlemen, for some of the prep missions, or at least for one of the prep missions. It's replaced my Kraken, you know, for getting the Merryweather sonar jammer. Okay, well, we brought it back, ladies and gentlemen. Whoops, sorry, hell, right, okay, I thought I'd have gone in there, right, bloody hell. Right, we brought it back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to go and take it on inside now, and we're going to go and perform whatever upgrades Rockstar have seen fit to provide for us that we can apply to this particular vehicle. And there with aircraft, ladies and gentlemen, they are always scanned few, so let's take a look, and there we go. Okay, so we've got the armor, we've got the engine upgrade, and we've got the handling, ladies and gentlemen. And that's pretty much it. We've got respray and weapons, so let's have a look at the weapons first, shall we? We got ourselves a 50 caliber mounted machine gun for nearly $2 million, and for nearly $2.5 million, ladies and gentlemen, or sorry, not $1 million, for nearly 200,000, I should say, and for 240,000, ladies and gentlemen, you can have the rockets there. Now, when it comes to the colors, ladies and gentlemen, the secondary color sort of affects the flotation devices there, as you may have seen, and the primary color, of course, affects the main body of the aircraft. Now, this isn't a stealth aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. It's got absolutely no right being in a matte black, but then again, nor is the Pyro or the Hunter, so who gives a damn, eh? Not me. Okay, matte black it is, and there we go, fantastic. Now, we're going to take it back out, ladies and gentlemen, and try it one more time. Now, this is the fully modified version with the race handling and all that. We're going to see how she handles now. Okay, well, let's see right straight away, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute, sort of absolutely brilliant. You know, some upgrades do nothing, and some do very good. And as it turns out, some for the aircraft, ladies and gentlemen, some of the handling, it really is very good. So it's much more agile now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try it out on the water, and there we go, absolutely no problem whatsoever. And we're going to go and try and go into this bridge. In fact, now it's actually harder to do this now, ladies and gentlemen. Whoops, daisies, because it is so nimble in the sky. It was quite sluggish before, so as long as you got on the right line, you could plow on through. But this is now much more sensitive, ladies and gentlemen. This is much more like a buzzer to control, even with those great big whopping flotation devices. And whoops, it is having much more trouble now, even though, like I say, claim it is much more, well, perhaps not easier to control, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps more agile is perhaps a fairer way to describe it, you know. Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely fantastic. As you can see, you know, the control, once you get used to it, you can sort of swoop on down, swoop round. It really is, ladies and gentlemen. It's, like I say, I mean, flotation, it's effectively, ladies and gentlemen, think of it as a buzzard, you know. Think of a buzzard that can land on the water. That's effectively what it is, you know. Okay, and we're going under one more time. Sort of cut out there. I've got no idea why. I didn't have any trouble, I can assure you. Right then, okay, well, here we're going all down the riverbed, ladies and gentlemen. Shades of Vietnam here, you know, firing off missiles and whatnot. And you can see there's a fairly good refresh rate to them, ladies and gentlemen. They're not too bad, you know. They feel a little bit faster than the Annihilator, but I could be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, either way, ladies and gentlemen, well, there's one more question. That is exactly how rough does one have to be with it? As I say, to enact that sort of forced water, that crashed water landing. So let's give it a go, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? I've heard nightmare stories, like I say, that if one's too rough with it, you can sink it if you land just too fast, and yes, that in fact does seem to be the case. As you can see, the water was rather flat there, but I landed too heavy. Okay, so you've got to be careful when you do land, ladies and gentlemen. Now we brought it onto sandy shores, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to put it up against a couple of other helicopters of a similar ilk to see how the Sea Sparrow performs. Now, I should point out, ladies and gentlemen, all of these other aircraft you're going to see have not been modified. They are just a standard. This is the Frogger we're up against now, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a standard one you can pull off the map. You know, it hasn't been modified in any way. Of course, this Sea Sparrow has been upgraded across the board in terms of engine and handling, and so one would expect it to win. And in fact, indeed, it does, ladies and gentlemen, by quite a significant margin. Okay, so yes, hands down, it's going to be sort of the standard Frogger that you pull off the map there, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen, we're going to put up against a couple of other things. How about what the bloody hell's this called now? This is the Sparrow, ladies and gentlemen. Of course it is. It's the standard Sparrow, and now we've got the Sea Sparrow up against the Sparrow. We're going to see which one's faster. As you can see, there's no question. The Sparrow got off the line faster there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not entirely certain if Mr. Raccoon has been able to upgrade this all the way. You know, there's a good significant chance. Whoops, this is sodding hell. Right, okay, we've both taken rather a shocking corner. Now, if you look at the mini-map there, ladies and gentlemen, you can see we are right overhead of each other, so they look like kind of the same speed. But as it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, no, the Sparrow is that little bit faster, don't you know? And like I say, may not have been upgraded, so I'd bank on the Sparrow being faster, ladies and gentlemen, than the Sea Sparrow. Okay, so what about the buzzard then, ladies and gentlemen? That is the final question, you know. And once again, this is just the standard Pegasus buzzard, you know. This has not a not personal vehicle, has not been upgraded in any way. We're going to see how they stack up. Okay, well, there we go then, ladies and gentlemen. So there's no question about it. The Sea Sparrow is, in fact, once upgraded, faster than the standard buzzard you can pull off around the track. It's faster than the Frogger, ladies and gentlemen. If I can just take a sodding corner, Jesus Christ. Not faster, ladies and gentlemen, it would seem, than the standard Sparrow, and perhaps that makes perfect sense, you know. Okay, the missiles, ladies and gentlemen, standard missiles, standard fare, you know, just much like the buzzards, really, to be perfectly honest with you. We won't... Sodding hell, bloody Raccoon. Yes, that's not what I meant, mister. I didn't want a demonstration. Thank you, wretched Raccoon. Whereas there he is, sodding creature. Right, okay, so what do we think of it, ladies and gentlemen? Is it worth it? Not really, no, to be perfectly frank with you. I only bought it because it was on special offer, and I'm going to use it for the KO Perigo Heist. For me, it is worth it, but generally at $2 million, I wouldn't, at one point, I wouldn't recommend it anyway. Sorry, hell, bloody Raccoon. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.